Hey lovelies, you welcome back to the channel. Today's video is part of my beginner series with Cilla, a series dedicated to teaching beginners step by step how to create clothes that fit and look neat. So I've shared lots of beginner friendly tutorials in this series already, so be sure to check out the playlist on my channel for more sewing and pattern drafting lessons. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to draft the basic dress block step by step. So if this is something you'd like to learn, then keep on watching. These are the body measurements you would need to draft this pattern. Now, for the sake of accuracy, make sure you mark your side neck point, your shoulder point, your bust point, and also tie a string around your natural waistline and your hips before you start taking this measurement. For the body measurements, you would need your neck circumference, your bust circumference, waist circumference, hip circumference. You need your shoulder length, your apex to apex, which is your bust to bust or nipple to nipple. You need the distance from your side neck point to your bust point. Some people call this the shoulder point to bust point. You need the half length, which is your front waist length. You need your back waist length, which is your back half length. You need the distance from your waist to your hips, which is your hip depth. You need the distance from your waist to your knee. You also need the full length of the dress. Alright lovelies, let's begin. Before we begin the draft, make sure your pattern paper is long enough to accommodate the full length of your dress, and it's also wide enough to accommodate the front and the back pattern with some extra ease, okay? From the top edge of your pattern paper, come down 1 inch and square across a horizontal line. This line is the top line. Now from the top line, we'll start marking all our vertical measurements. From the top line, mark down your front waist length. Mine is 17 inches. Now come down from the front waist length point and mark the distance from your waist to your hips. Mine is 8 inches. Next, come down 2 inches from the hip point. This is to get the lower hip line. Next, from the waistline, mark down the distance from your waist to your knee. Mine is 24 inches. Next, go upward from the knee point 6 inches. This is to get the mid-thigh line. Next, from the waistline, mark down the full length of your dress. Mine is 28 inches below the waistline. Now, I'll go ahead and square horizontal lines across this point. So, this is the waistline which we got by using the front waist length, measuring down from the top line. This is the hip line, which for me is 8 inches below the waistline. This is the lower hip line, which is 2 inches below the hip line. This is the mid-thigh line, which is 6 inches above the knee line. This is the knee line, which I got by measuring the distance from my waist to my knee. And this is the M line, which for me is 28 inches below the waistline. So I divided my pattern paper into two so we can have one section as the front and the other section of the pattern paper as the back. Now before I proceed, listen carefully. The next step I'm about to explain is very important. So let's say your front waist length and your back waist length are not equal. Take for instance, your back waist length is 16 inches and your front waist length is 17 inches. You are going to measure upward from the waistline 16 inches and then square across a horizontal line. This horizontal line becomes the top line, that is the shoulder line for the back pattern, while the first top line remains the top line for the front pattern. But because my front waist length and my back waist length are equal, they are both 17 inches, I am going to maintain the same top line for both the front and the back, okay? So take note of that. Now from the top line, I'm going to mark down my back armhole depth. Mine is 958 inches, and then I'll square across a horizontal line. This horizontal line is the back bust line. Now from the top line, I'm going to measure down 1 3/4 inches and then square across a short horizontal line. This horizontal line is the back shoulder slope line. Along center back, mark down from the top line 1 inch. This is the back neck depth. Now square in a short horizontal line from this point that equals your back neck width and then use it to form a rectangle to meet the top line. Now, go in with your French curve and draw the back neckline like so. So we are done with creating the back neckline. Next, take your shoulder length measurement, mine is 5 inches, place it on the neck point and pivot that measurement until it touches the back shoulder slope line. This point is the shoulder point. Now connect shoulder point to neck point to form the back shoulder seam. Next, go in from shoulder point on the shoulder slope line 1/4 of an inch, and then square down a vertical line to meet the bust line from this point. This line is the armhole line. Next, from this intersection point, square out a diagonal line. Along this diagonal line, mark 1 1/8 inches. Next, divide the armhole line, which is the vertical line, into 2 and mark the midpoint. From center back on the back bust line, mark your bust divided by 4 plus 1/4 of an inch. On the waistline, mark your back waist arc plus your dart allowance. So now I'm going to connect the underarm point and the waist point together like so. Next, go in with your French curve and connect all the points together to form the back armhole. Next, on the hip line, mark in from center back your back hip arc, and then repeat the same on the lower hip line. Now, on the mid thigh line, go in from center back 1 inch. And from this point, mark your hip circumference divided by 4 minus 1.5 inches to 2 inches. On the M line, go in from center back 1 inch. And just like we did on the mid thigh line, from this 1 inch point, mark out your hip circumference divided by 4 minus 1.5 inches to 2 inches. Now connect both points together with a straight line like so. Now connect the point on the mid thigh line halfway to meet the point on the lower hip line. And then along the slanted line, measure upward from the mid thigh line 4.5 inches. Now using your curve ruler, connect all these points together to form the side seam. Next, come down from the hip line at center back 3 inches and then connect these points together like so. And lastly, we're going to shape the waistline of the dress. First of all, go in from center back on the waistline 1/2 an inch. This is the width of the center back dart. Now I'm going to connect this point to the back neck point like so, to form the center back dart. Next, divide what you have left on the waist into 2 and mark the midpoint. Now from this point, square across a vertical line to touch the bust line and then 6 inches below the waistline. This is the center dart line. On both sides of this vertical line, mark your dart width. So what I have left as my dart is 2 inches, so I'm going to mark 1 inch on both sides of the center dart line. Now the length of the dart below the waist is 6 inches standard. Now connect all these points together to form the waist dart. Now, because I have a sway back, I will be doing a sway back adjustment by simply using a sway back dart. If you do not have a sway back, please stick to the standard dart, okay? And in case you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my short videos and watch the topics on sway back adjustment. I have 3 videos about that topic, okay? Next, I'm going to finish the center back dart. The length of the center back dart ends at the hip line. And guys, we're done with drafting the back pattern. Now let's move over to the front. Moving on, I'm going to establish the front bust line. Now take the measurement from the back neck point to the back bust line. Whatever that gives you, subtract 2 inches. So mine gave me 758 inches. Now from experience, I would advise that this measurement should not be less than 7.5 inches, irrespective of the size, okay? It could be more, but it should never be less, okay? So now from the top line, I'm going to mark my front armhole depth, which is 758 inches. And then from the top line, I'm going to mark down the distance from my side neck point to my bust point. This is 10.5 inches for me. And then I'm going to square horizontal lines across this point. This line is the bust level line, and this line is the front bust line. Next, from top line, come down 1.5 inches and square out a short horizontal line. This horizontal line is the front shoulder slope line. The next step is to create the front neckline. From top line along center front, mark down your front neck depth. From center front along top line, mark down your front neck width. I'm going to use these 2 dimensions to form a rectangle. Now from this point, I'm going to square out a diagonal line. Along this diagonal line, I'm going to mark 1 1/8 inches. This is just a guide. Next, I go in with my French curve and connect to form the front neckline. Next, take your shoulder length measurement, mine is 5 inches, place it on the neck point, and then pivot it until it touches the front shoulder slope line. Now connect both points together to form the shoulder seam. Next, from the shoulder point, go in on the shoulder slope line 1/2 inch. And then from this point, square down a vertical line to touch the front bust line. Divide this vertical line into 2 and mark the midpoint. Come down from this midpoint 1 inch and mark. This is just a guide. Next, from this point, square out a diagonal line. Now, along this diagonal line, mark 3/4 inch to 1 inch. This is a guide. Next, from center front on the bust line, mark your bust circumference divided by 4 plus 5/8 inch. Now, if you want less amount of ease, reduce that 5/8 inch to 3/8 inch. Next, from center front, mark in on the waistline your front waist arc plus your dart allowance. So I'm using the standard dart allowance of 1 3/4 inches. Now connect the waist point to the underarm point to form the side seam. Moving on, from center front on the hip line, mark your front hip arc. Now repeat the same measurement on the lower hip line. On the mid-thigh line, mark in from center front your hip circumference divided by 4 minus 1.5 inches to 2 inches. And then repeat the same measurement on the hem line. Now connect both points together with a straight line like so. Now connect the point on the mid-thigh line halfway to meet the point on the lower hip line. And then along the slanted line, measure upward from the mid-thigh line 4.5 inches. Now using your curve ruler, connect all these points together to form the side seam. The next step is to construct the waist dart. Measure in from center front on the bust level line, your nip to nip divided by 2. This point here is the bust point. Now repeat the same measurement on the waistline and on the hip line, and then connect all 3 points together. This vertical line is the center dart line or the apex line. Now on both sides of this vertical line, I'm going to mark on the waistline my dart width. So I'm going to mark 7/8 inch on both sides. Now for the length of the darts below the waist, you can use either 5 to 6 inches. Now come down from the bust point along the vertical line 1/2 inch. Go in with your ruler and connect all 4 points together to form the waist darts. The next step is to construct the bust dart. Now to get the width of the bust dart, take the measurement of the side seam length of the back from underarm point to the waistline. Whatever that gives you, subtract it from the front side seam length. Now, whatever is remaining becomes the width of your bust dart. Now come down from bust level line along side line and mark the width of your bust dart. Next, come in from the bust point along bust level line 1/2 inch. Now connect the points on the side line to this point just marked to form the bust dart. Now carefully close the bust dart. Once the bust dart is closed, take the measurement from underarm point to the waist point. This measurement must equal the back side seam length. If it's not equal, then open the dart and readjust the width of the bust dart and then redraw the bust dart. Next, go in with your tracing wheel, trace out the outline of the dart, open it up and then alight it. And we are done with constructing the bust dart. And lastly, go in with your curve ruler and connect all the points we marked previously on the armhole line to form the front armhole. And we are done with drafting the pattern for both the front and the back. At this time, you want to trace this to a fresh pattern paper and add all your seam allowance. To the neckline, add 1/4 inch. To the shoulder seam, add 1/2 inch. To the armhole, add 1/2 inch. To the side seam, you can add at least 1 inch. To the hem line, you can add 1 inch or more, and then to the center back, you can add 1 inch zipper allowance. Once you're done tracing the pattern, you can go ahead and transfer your pattern onto your fabric and then cut it out. You also need to cut facing for the neckline. So this is the facing for the front neckline and this is the facing for the back neckline. All you need to sew this is just a zipper and a thread, and that's it. Alright guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you found this one helpful. Before you leave, make sure you like this video, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet subscribed. And also click on the notification bell so you do not miss out on my next one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Till then, keep creating and have a good day. Bye-bye. Spiritual vibes. Dangerous, I feel. Now I can't help myself. This is so unfair. But I